Hello, Rob here at EGX, the other Rob, and I'm here with Al from Wide Productions, who's here with Grip. What is Grip?
So Grip Combat Racing is a ferociously fast action combat racer. It's the fastest game on four wheels. It sort of harks back to those early, PS1 action combat races, very fast, very, hardcore, something to really get your head stuck into and become the master of.
It's Rollcage. Again, that's a good thing, but what is it about now that's right for this game to come back? Because it was kind of forgotten about all the way back then.
Yeah, sure. So Rollcage is definitely the spiritual father of the game. I mean, it actually came about because a fan of Rollcage went looking for more Rollcage online because he was like, I need more Rollcage in my life.
I can't blame him.
He went online and he found a guy called Rob Baker, who was one of the original attention to detail developers who had worked on Rollcage and Rollcage Stage 2. Rob was still updating Rollcage to work on the latest versions of Windows. He had a blog where he was doing that. So they got together. Chris said to him, hey man, you're obviously still thinking about this. This is still in your mind, How about we make a spiritual successor? So, it came about partly out of circumstance. That particular meeting just happened at that point in time, but I think it's been a long time since we had a serious, hardcore action combat racer.
Yeah, the last one really was Wipeout coming back a few years ago, so that's really opened the doors, do you think?
I mean, there are, Wipeout is amazing, but there are a lot of anti-grav racers out there, but what Grip has, which is different, is contact with the floor, and I think in terms of actually giving you the feeling of the speed that you're travelling at and making it real, that contact with the floor really sort of makes the experience very immersive and very sort of real in terms of its control. I would. It also makes it a lot harder to make, which I think is probably why there are some anti-gravs out there. But I think this is the quickest game that makes contact with the floor, and I think getting the physics right. I mean, regardless, going at that speed, getting the physics right, never mind the fact that you can spin round and drive on the ceiling. That brings a whole new element to it.
Okay, so Rollcage is the inspiration point. Where does that game end and this one begin? So
I think, if you were looking to make comparisons to the original Rollcage, there's the obvious stuff. There's the fact that Rollcage was made for the PS1 and was programmed natively, and this is using Unreal Engine and it's using NVIDIA PhysX to really deliver a cutting-edge speed. But everything's really been turned up to 11, so you've got speeds of over the 767 miles per hour. You can break the sound barrier on this game. The weapons are more ferocious. The cars are bigger and more aggressive. You can, there's a lot that's been done in terms of balancing this game to make it right. So I think when you look back 20 years ago, you made a game and you put it out and you would get a review in a magazine, but you wouldn't get that live feedback. You would never be able to get the amount of feedback that you can today. The early access community and the Discord community for this game have been vital for making the game a success. So they've helped balance everything from the weapons, the vehicles, track design. Everything has been really carefully worked through, and it's been a passion project over a number of years. So it's really developed massively from where it was a couple of years ago, launching on early access, just a couple of cars, a couple of tracks, to where it is today. We're going to launch with 22 tracks, 15 cars, 6 battle arenas, loads packed full of content.
So that's going to be sort of the philosophy going forward, rather than just the game's finished, it's done now. You're going to be constantly evolving and adding and expanding upon.
So in terms of the game moving forward, we see this as a game that we'd like to support long term. So we've got a roadmap of content for post-launch. The promise that we've made to all of our players is that all of the race courses and all of the arenas that are added to the game will be added free of charge. They will come via free updates because we want you guys to play together. We don't want a situation where you can't play together because you haven't bought the same DLC.
Yeah.
Not right. It would be doing wrong by our players. So tracks and arenas will be free. There will be some cosmetic DLC, but that will very much only be cosmetic. No performance effect on the car at all.
Excellent. And what platforms is that going to be available on, and when?
So the game is out November 6th on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and leaves early access on PC on the same date.
Excellent. Looking forward to it. And thank you for talking to us today.
You're very welcome. Thanks for coming to see the game.